And we are live. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have a new stream for you. This is Counterpunch Classics. Okay, um, this is a fight between Andre Ward versus Chad Dawson, and I'm going to commentate. You know, because it's all about rewind. It's all about review. It's all about what once was, right? And I'm about to start with Andre Ward. Give you guys a little backstory about the fight. Andre Ward was the 168 pound super middleweight champion, and Chad Dawson was the light heavyweight champion. And he just came off a big win, Chad Dawson, of beating Bernard Hopkins. Instead of fighting the lesser opposition in light heavyweight at the time, he wanted to come down and fight Andre Ward for his belts. Okay, now Dawson's belts weren't on the line, but Andre Ward's belts were. Okay, so that was a perk for Chad Dawson. So if he would have won, he would have been able to, get the belts and be a two weight class belt holder. Jim Brown, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Joshua Little John, salute back to you, brother. And we're about to go live on this fight, and here we go. How important California feels this fight to be. Of course, this is an HBO event. Of course, HBO is expired, so I do miss the commentation when Max came along. Jim Lampley was pretty cool. I like the fight game. Harold Letterman, it's Harold Letterman. But and you always either had Roy Jones Jr. or you had Andre Ward himself. Sometimes you had Big George Foreman there. So you always had the middleman, which was the guy that knew what the hell was going on because he actually been in the ring. Okay, and they just started. Um, Andre Ward is, of course, going to the body of Chad Dawson early. You can tell he's the quicker fighter since he's been the smaller fighter. Letterman has always been a douche. Yeah, Letterman is, Letterman showed his true colors lately. So I'm glad he did that before he dropped dead. You know what I mean? So he let a lot of light shine about himself. So that's good, you know. So I'll get to Harold Letterman later. But right now, I like how Andre Ward is able to stay in tight, hold, and still be able to be effective with little short hooks in the inside. And a lot of people, you look at Ward and you're like, well, man, he's tough and rugged. No, he just knows how to brawl, but he does it with a science to it. He knows where you are. He works the inside. When he does get on the inside, he just doesn't hold to wait for the referee to break you up like someone like Kenny Bayless, which he sees guys clinching. That's like a no, 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 no. Steve Smoger, another referee, that's a decent referee. I like the way he allows the fighters to fight for themselves. And Dawson just came in with a straight left, but it grazed the face of Andre Ward. Andre Ward's in the corner, and I think the whole idea with Chad Dawson being the bigger dude was to corner Andre Ward, but he's too elusive right now. Good uppercut by Dawson. Now, Andre Ward came in with a left hook over the top of his head, and I think that kind of bothered Chad Dawson a little bit. He was in the corner because he kind of delayed. Yeah, see, Chad Dawson, I already see what his game plan is. He's trying to lure Andre Ward into a corner so he can get a good shot off. Fighting is timid. He can be timid because I think Andre Ward's problem was, or not even his problem, let's say his habit. Andre Ward's habit is that he's a technical fighter still. He's a rough technical fighter. So you see him, he doesn't want to make a mistake because he doesn't want to overcommit. So I think what he does is he comes off timid until he gets in the inside, and then he shows you right away what his true intention is. When he comes on the inside, he's ripping uppercut, grab on, and it's almost like damn near like a lock and punch. Bernard Hopkins was good at it, but Bernard used his head a lot. Bernard made it painfully obvious that he wants to headbutt you and punch you. He wants to Holyfield you all at the same damn time. I really don't rate the first round of it. I don't know who really won. I know Dawson couldn't get anything going. I think he landed a left hand and a left uppercut on the inside when he was there. And of course, Andre Ward's a conventional fighter. Chad Dawson's the southpaw. And Ward puts in a three-piece combination twice, ripping on the inside with a straight right, a left hand, and a left hook. Then a straight right, a straight left, a right hand, and another left hook. And he's showing his speed. And Dawson lands a right hook. And he's trying to lock up Ward. Gunsmoke, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Yeah, man, I'm watching Andre Ward. A left hook lands. I think that bothers Chad Dawson a little bit because he's catching him on the temple with that shot. Yeah, there's a little mark on the right eye of Dawson. So that might have good left cross from Dawson. Good left uppercut from Dawson. But the good thing about this is the refereeing. Steve Smoker sitting back, watching these guys. They're getting themselves out of these clinches on their own. They don't really need help, right? Every so often he'll get. I think Steve Smoker gives a 5-second rule, right? He waits about 5 seconds, then he sees there's no action. He sees there's no progression for these guys to fight their way out. Then he lets them go. He doesn't come in. Good jab by Ward. Ward pierces him with a jab. Yeah, it's getting real dirty. These guys are doing a lot of hugging, a lot of clinching. And that happens when you got two fighters trying to, you know, show their dominance, right? Do you think the herky-jerky style would have frozen Ward in fights? What herky-jerky style? Depends on what fighter. Ward overshoots the right cross. Ward leads in with his head and takes him right back to the ropes. So that's the plan, you know. It's a good fighting plan from Chad Dawson because he's a bigger guy. He's not the quicker guy. His right eye's bleeding. I think it came from a headbutter, but I'm not sure. That's what you need from a ref. I hate when one-sided ref jump in every second. Fighting is fighting at the end of the day. Absolutely, Gunsmoke. Counterpunch to you, brother, because, that Kenny Bayless type style to me is a ref trying to show too much of himself. Like, yeah, you're the third man in the ring, but dude, you're not fighting. You know what I mean? You're the dude to help assist these guys fight, not hinder these guys to fight. So Gunsmoke, absolutely, I agree, 100%. Ward goes for a left hook and he misses. So does Ward. Big Skull, what's up, brother? Or Big Scoob. Counterpunch to you, man. Just watching Ward versus Dawson. And Dawson's trying to implement his game plan, putting Ward on the ropes, trying to work the body. He's using his head first. Don't use your head, use your head. Good jab from Ward. And one thing I noticed, Dawson's not using his jab at all. His jab is completely nullified. And I think that's discouraging him because of the speed of Ward. Ward is jabbing over the right glove of Chad Dawson, and he's doing it faster. So, wait a minute. Look at Ward. Ward headlocks him and catches him with the right. Look at Virgil Hunter. He's sitting out there looking like Sinbad's brother. He's frustrated. Oh man, dude, Virgil Hill tripped me out, man. When Amir Khan got knocked out, and he grabbed Amir Khan. He was like, it's crazy, man. Ooh, good left hook. Ward comes in. He comes in, he feints, but he thought it was just a feint. He catches him with a left hook and inside, and down he went. And it was so fast, Chad didn't even know what happened. A lot of times these fighters get caught with something. They don't know what they got caught with. Remember when Joshua said, what did he catch me with? He caught you with a left hook. Now Ward, he's implementing a nice little attack. Good left hook, right hand. Oh, good right hook by Chad Dawson. That was a good knockdown, though, guys. Down he goes. Ward landed 15, thrown 43%, 35. Dawson landed 5, thrown 25 with 20% punch connect. That was so fast. Ward went to the body with a right jab, then came right up with a left hook. Boom, again, right over the guard, right over the glove of Chad Dawson. And he's been doing that all night. It's almost like basically what Sugar Shane Mosley did to Floyd. The only difference is Floyd didn't go down. But it wasn't a jab to the body, and a right hand. It was a right hand to the body, followed with a left hook. Okay, they both fall down. That was weird. Down goes Chad Dawson once again. This is round 4, guys. That was kind of weird, though. I think that was more of a slip, honestly. Ward goes at him. Right hand, left hook, left hook, left hook, left hook, left hook. Right hand to the body, left hook upstairs. Nice. Left hook lands on the temple. I think that hurt Chad Dawson, honestly, because Chad's not fighting. He's just sitting back in retreat mode. He throws a jab. He's flicking a jab. He throws a left hand, Dawson does. Yeah. His legs are not up under him. Good body shot by Ward. Ward throws a left hook to the body, followed with a left hook upstairs, followed with a right hand. Good right hand to the body, straight right. Oh, nice. He did a straight to the face, left to the face, right to the face, left to the face, back to the body with the right, followed with a left hook. Yeah, he's giving him the business. Ward is giving him an ass beating, people, right now. We got 1:30 left, too. I think Ward punched himself out a little bit, though. I think he punched himself out. And remember, Ward's not a huge puncher. So, but I like that. Oh, good left from Dawson, though. I don't know. That might have got Ward's attention. Good left uppercut from bad Chad Dawson. Oh, Dawson's hurt after that. Dawson's definitely hurt after that left hook. And what I notice about Ward, he's not necessarily throwing the jab. He's just flickering out there to see where it's at. And it's going over the glove of the right glove of Chad Dawson. Chad Dawson has his hands like this. That's why he's getting hit, because he doesn't understand that Andre Ward is measuring him and targeting him where his face will be. So he'll throw, then he'll go down to the body and bow, back upstairs. Beautiful combinations. Chad throwing a couple jabs to the left side of Ward's face. It's more like a flicking jab, though. You know what I mean? Down blaster. Got that Tekken 7 whenever you're ready. Counter punch to you. I will send you a message whenever we're ready. Actually, we can do. I just did about 7 games of that. But don't worry. We get your workout in, Down blaster. Get your workout in. Be ready. I told you. I'm the best. I told you. Yeah, I can't wait, bro. I still got it in my console. So, we're doing this Counterpunch Classic real quick. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, get ready. It's a little different from like Tekken Tag and all that stuff, because the dynamics are a little different. So be ready for that. Some of them I like, some of them I don't like. Ward, boom, throws him with a left hook. Why? Because Ward knew where the position that glove is at. And if you have your glove here and someone's coming over your glove, there's no way you can hit that target with your glove down here being the slower guy. That's just no way. And Ward knew that. That's how he's beating Chad Dawson. And he doesn't have to punch much just to know where it's at. Chad better put his gloves up, keep his hands up, but he still hasn't done that. So Ward's glove is here. Chad Dawson's glove is here. Hey, no problem, brother. We're all helping each other in this piece. No problem. Counterpunch to you, Down blaster. We'll counterpunch later, Tekken style. Good right hook by Chad Dawson as he tries to turn Ward. But I think now, because he's been dropped a couple times, he misses with a left uppercut. He should have waited for that, honestly. I think that would have been a good punch, especially Chad Dawson's a little taller than Ward. The left uppercut would have done wonders, you know? You know the thing I like about this fight? Okay, Chad went down to 168 middleweight. Good left hand by Chad Dawson. A right hook landed partially by Chad Dawson. He's having a better round this round. But what I like about this is, yeah, he's challenging Andre Ward for his 168 pound titles. Okay. Now, mind you, what I like about that is the fact that Andre Ward didn't do that diva shit. Oh, good left by Ward. He didn't have a rehydration clause and all that shit. You know, Chad Dawson looks just as big as he was if he was fighting at 175. In fact, he's probably about 180 right now. 182, 183 on the unofficial. He looks big. You know what I mean? So it's like basically two champions are coming in there. Yes, he weighed in at 168, but you know he ballooned up, especially fighting at a different weight class. You know, so he looks like this. He's taller. He's bigger. You can look at his back. His back is all muscular, and you know he's just a bigger dude than Ward. Ward looks like a little small dude beating up a slightly bigger dude. Ooh, good left by Dawson though. Total punches, Ward 71 to Dawson's 20. That's crazy. It's still fifth round. Dawson's not jabbing. He's not jabbing because I think he's he's waiting for something that won't happen. Oh, good left. Good left from Ward. Right before the bell. Nice way to score right before the round ends. Gotta go, troops. See y'all in a bit. Gunsmoke. Counterpunch to you, brother. See you on the next one. He's gunshot. Yeah, I think he's tentative, Jim, because if you look at him trying to launch an attack, he's like he's uncertain of what he really wants to do, you know. And a lot of times you can't get in that rhythm of just getting hit or just somebody beating you to the punch, especially if they're faster than you, because you're sitting there and he's a southpaw and he's not the faster dude, So Ward's busy. Ward's constantly feigning the jab. He's not really throwing the jab. He's just feinting just to see where it's at. And another important thing about what Ward is doing, if you notice Ward has his hands up. Okay? He has his hands up. And if his left hand is not up, it's out. He's throwing it out and he's purposely throwing it over the jab. Yeah. Then he goes back to the body. Left hook lands from Ward and he shoots the right down to the body. That's a perfect thing to do. When you catch someone upstairs, a lot of times it's a tendency to go right back to where you punched, to land that punch again. But you want to hit somewhere else. You want to exploit this other opening. Ooh, good straight right by Ward. And again, you can tell these guys, it's a smaller guy taking on a bigger guy, but the bigger guy is taking these punches. Good jab by Ward. Now Ward's starting to step in with the jab, go back to the body. Right and a left hook upstairs, but he missed by Chad Dawson. And that's not because Chad Dawson's defense. No, he was just too far away from the target. So you can't give him credit for that. Because Dawson was wide open for those two shots. That could have been a two-piece. Now Dawson hit him with a left hand when he had him on the ropes. So Dawson is actually fighting in spots. Oh, good right. Dawson he just locks him up. And see, here's the thing. Because Chad Dawson's a slower fighter, because Chad Dawson's guard is so low, he's good. Ward is doing the same exact thing. He's either going down to the body, jabbing over that right hand of Chad Dawson, throwing a right hand behind it, so he's bop, bop. Then he follows with a left hook. Then he goes right back downstairs when Dawson does decide to cover up because he just got attacked. And he's doing the same thing. Now Ward's starting to feint more. Now Dawson throws a couple jabs. He should have been doing that, And see, here's the thing, people. The golden rule of boxing is someone's jabbing at you. It's always good to throw and jab with that person. At least he's not measuring you, because a jab is purpose to either take you back, but it's to set up other shots. Okay, Chad Dawson's right eye looks fucked up. It does. It's all bloody and busted. I don't know if that was really from a headbutt because I didn't see any instant replay or, slow motion crashes right there. But you do have a southpaw versus a conventional fighter, so you will get that. You know. And then, see, here's the thing. When Chad Dawson does throw the jab, it's more like a flicking jab anyhow. He's flicking it, and he's flicking it. And I don't, and see, honestly, I'm looking at Chad Dawson. I don't think he really knows what to do at this point. I think he's kind of trying to wing it and figure it out. 2 of 16 versus 19 of 40 shots. Wow. Letterman gave Dawson the first round, which I guess that would be the only round you could give him, honestly. Dawson throws a straight left in the defensive ward. He ducked it coming in. Oh, good jab by Ward. You know, and then when he doesn't feint the jab, he's actually jabbing with the jab. Skrilla50, what's up, brother? Charles Wilson, what's going on, brother? Counterpunch to you guys. Just watching the flashback, the reflection of Andre Ward taking on Bad Chad Dawson. SOG versus the bad Chad. Good left uppercut by Chad Dawson, though. But again, whenever he comes with an attack, it's always have to be on the ropes. But that happens when you do have a quicker fighter. See, in the middle of the ring, he's not doing anything. He's getting turned, he's getting bullied, he's getting jabbed, he's getting assaulted. Okay, even in the inside, because Chad Dawson now is trying to hold more. But with someone like Andre Ward, he's that kind of guy, kind of like Golovkin. He likes to punch you on the inside, and he's roughing you up, so he's partially hitting you with some of the forearm. You know what I mean? And then those punches hurt you more than the actual glove in some cases. So, you know, Ward knows what he's doing. Chad Dawson still hasn't learned to adjust with that right hand. He hasn't brought it up, okay? But I guess he figures, ooh, good body punch from Ward. I guess he feels if he does put it up, he can't see that jab coming. But his face sees it. His face sees the jab, right? Oh, nice. So I love Steve Smoger, man. Steve Smoger's a cool ref because Chad had Andre Ward's left hand. But they worked themselves out. They did it on their own. Okay? Oh, good straight left by Chad Dawson. But the CompuBox doesn't even show that that Chad Dawson has landed even a punch in this round. Ooh, good straight right by Ward. And Ward just steps in at this point because if you got a guy that doesn't respect your punches, because that's what it looks like, who do you think is the best referee in all boxing? It depends on who they're refereeing, Skrilla. I mean, honestly, because what happens in these type situations, you might have a fighter that likes to grab, hold, low blow, a lot of things that people do, and I think the best ref, some of the best refs, I like Tony Weeks. Mills Lane was all right, you know, he's old school though, but you know, he did a good job. You know, I think honestly, if you had Mills Lane in the first Chavez versus Mildred Taylor fight, Chavez would have lost. You know what I mean? It's up to the referees, and I promise you guys, I'm putting a series of referees together. I got them on a piece of paper, and I'm just gonna go and show you guys the differences between the referees, pros and cons of how they referee fights. You know, good things and bad things, positives and negatives. You know, so I'm gonna do that soon. And Chad Dawson, he's constantly trying to hold, but see, he has Ward on the ropes like he wants him. Ward spins out. He spins right out and chops another left hand. Goes back to the body. Chad Dawson misses a right hook. Ooh, good right by Ward. Oh, see, Ward doesn't matter if you got one hand because he's gonna punch you with the other one. Yo, Vic Dracovic, yeah, he's all right. Because Chad Dawson has his left hand. Ward's punching with the right. He's never stops punching. He doesn't complain. He just uses what he has. That's what I like about Andre Ward. Now Chad finally keeps his gloves up. Now he's trying to use his size to get Andre Ward back. His back on the ropes. But it's hard to do that because Andre Ward is always initiating an attack. Oh, you mean Steve Willis. Steve Willis, Barry Hearn. He is off the chain. I love that guy. Because he's in the fight. He has front row tickets. He's like, yeah. Oh. I remember when Golovkin hit Lemieux and they traded left hooks, but Golovkin had his guard up to block that left hook that was coming from Lemieux. And Golovkin caught him with a left hook, and he was like, oh. Very earnest. That dude's awesome, man. See, again, bad Chad Dawson has him in the clinch, but Ward's left hand is free, and Ward is constantly going to the body, uppercuts, left hooks, uppercuts in the inside. So Dawson grabs his left arm. So what does Ward do? He follows up and starts throwing with his left hand. He doesn't stop punching. That's one thing you have to do, and one thing I like about Ward, it's like dirty warfare, okay? It's like tactics you need when you're with a guy that likes to hold. Nice. Right hand followed with a left hook to seal the deal on round number 8, and it's never too late. I mean, he had this guy, and that was some of Ward's best work, okay? So Ward had his left hand. So Ward's in there, bow, goes right to the body, uppercut to the head, right upstairs. Then Dawson lets go, grabs the other hand. Cool. He grabs the other one, bow, left uppercut, left hook. And Ward is making these punches count. That's the thing about it. Ward knows about dirty warfare. This is what you call dirty boxing warfare. Andre Ward has a PhD in this shit. You know, that's why he's able to land. That's why he's able to function. A lot of people don't like to be held when they're trying to fight. You know, it's like their body goes off. Good left hook. Another good left hook. Then he followed with a left hook to the body and a left hook back upstairs. It was a beautiful combination, guys. Beautiful. Now Ward is just coming in at him because he knows he had him. He's beat him up. He's beat him to the punch. He's jabbed him. He's outworked him. Okay? So, yeah, he's coming for Chad Dawson now. Good jab. Good jab. So, he's beating him to the punch, jab. Dawson tried to throw his own jab and missed. You know? Oh, good left. I think that was more behind the head right there. Oh, Chad Dawson's trying to do some rougher tactics. Get off of me. I do. Yeah, that's a cool channel. Very cool channel. I love that channel, actually. Oh, good right. Good right. He steps in with the right. I think that hurts Chad Dawson. And of course, when you grab Andre Ward, don't expect to take a break. See, that this is what happens with people. If Andre Ward hurts you and you grab Andre Ward with one hand, you better just lock him up and wait for the ref if you want a break, because he's not going to give you a break. Trying to rest when you got him in a lock, it's not going to work, because Andre Ward will constantly keep working. He's a worker bee in there. Ooh, good left uppercut. Two good left uppercuts by Chad Dawson. And Andre Ward takes it well. Followed with another left by Chad Dawson. But he constantly has Andre Ward. I think Andre Ward absorbed some of those punches. That's why he didn't punch with the clinch like he did before, because maybe those punches got his attention. Good left uppercut. Good left hook. And these are all on the left side. When Chad Dawson decides to grab Andre Ward, it doesn't stop him from punching because he punches with what he has. So if you lock one hand up, he's going to punch with the other hand. He's going to give you an assault if you like it or not. 100 punches landed for Andre Ward, 20 landed for Chad Dawson. Wow. Now Dawson is getting into it, but then now he's fighting fire with Ward because Ward hasn't let off. It's just like he woke up and it's 10 seconds left in the ninth round. Now he's trying to implement an attack. Andre Ward tried to give him that Mayweather, but Mayweather has you like this. He had you kind of more of a, like a forearm hold to the neck of Dawson. Sergey Kovalev versus Andre Ward, part 1. What do you guys think of that fight? Ward versus Kovalev 1. Not 2, but 1. Jab, straight right lands, boom! Oh, it catches him on the bottom of the chin to the neck area. So I think that might have affected his windpipe a little bit, honestly. It is round 10, people, of a schedule 12. There's a good hard fought fight. Counter punch to you, Jim. Oh, good jab. Good left cross, not a left cross. Is that more like a left hook coming from Ward? I mean, from Dawson. This then. Good jab. See? Same jab lands the same way because of the same reason. Now, when these guys were in a clinch, Andre Ward landed at least 2 good shots on the inside while in the clinch. He never stops working. And the best of these punches have hurt Chad Dawson has been on the inside. Because those punches on the inside are really breaking him down. Ward's feinting. Ward keeps the feint. He's flicking out his own jab. Dawson comes in with a left but misses. Oh, good left. Right and a left. Uh-oh, the legs get dangly. He hurt Chad Dawson. Oh, right, left. He takes a knee. Down goes Chad Dawson. Wow. The legs don't lie, people. The legs never lie. Hola, word of the day. Counterpunch to you. Oh, it's over. It's over. It's done. Steve was like, nope. I seen your legs. I see your eyes. It don't look. It's done. And see, Steve Smoker's a cool cat, and he's experienced. He's a laid back guy. If he was a teacher, he'd be that guy that you want to go to his class. He would be that teacher that you would want to skip his class because he's not a dick. He's one of those cool guys. He's like the welcome back Cotta like guy, right? He's one of those dudes, but he does know what's going on. He knows experience, and he saved bad Chad Dawson from a major ass whooping. Yep. The wobble gave it. He gave him the wobble legs. Look, look. He did this here. He was like this. He gave him the wobble wobble. It was over with. Boom. He hits him right behind the ear. Oh, left uppercut. Right hand. Wow. Nice combination. Then followed with a left hook, then a right hand. Now, I want to see the initial. That was when he was going down. Beautiful stuff, people. Beautiful stuff. So, he feints, jabs. He feints, jabs. Boom, left hook. That left hook, that's what made the legs wobbly. The left hook behind the ear. That's what made it wobbly. Boom, follows with another left hook behind the ear. Boom, with a right hand. Boom, left uppercut, right hand. Left hook, right hand. This was the left hook, but it didn't matter because Bad Chad was already to the canvas. Ow! Vimy Barbarito over here. Welcome back. Jedi Master before Ward versus Dawson. Edison Miranda knocked out Chad cold in sparring. Wow. Yeah, you know, Edison Miranda was a bad motor scooter back in the day. That was a bad dude. It's actually one of my cousins, God bless the dead, favorite fighters. You know, he used to talk about Miranda all the time. You know. And you know what's funny about Andre Ward? He does have defining punches. He stopped Kovalev in the second round. I mean, in the second fight. Sorry. He stops Chad Dawson. He picks apart Sullivan Barrera. Right? That's when Barrera was undefeated. So you got to give full credit to Ward. And this is when he was at light heavy. Okay, now mind you, this could have been a situation where Ward could have contested fighting for the 168 pounds. So it was a win-win for Chad Dawson. I know it looks bad when you go down in weight and you get beat, but look what happened to Roy. Roy beat John the Quiet Man Ruiz, then got beat later on by Mr. Orlando, okay, or Antonio Tarver, right? So, you know, it is what it is. Don't say behind the ear. They will have people trying to take away Ward's win. Yeah, that area directly behind the ear is pretty solid. You know, I mean, because when I mean behind the ear, he caught him here. You know, not back here, or you know, in back of your head like a rabbit punch. It was a perfectly planted punch. Nice, nice. That was absolutely stunning. Andre Ward, you know, was rising as one of the best pound for pound. Of course, he hasn't fought in 2 years. And you know, people have the audacity like Oscar De La Hoya wants Andre Ward to come back to 175 and fight Canelo without any tune-up, without anything. Why the hell would he do that? That's a setup for failure. No, I think I'll stay commentating for ESPN, getting those ESPN checks. It's time to cash checks and have sex. If I'm Andre Ward, I'll be trying to do that and make another baby with my woman and my wife. That's what I would be worried about in my life. Not any of this other stuff. Oh, snap, you got Roy Jones. I'm looking at Roy.
Antonio Tarver spent that decade in anonymity, eventually shouting from Jones's shadow that boxing's pound-for-pound star was avoiding the one light heavyweight who could beat him.
Yeah, that was the first fight. And they fought. Roy Jones beat Antonio Tarver. So it's 2-1 for Jones and Tarver, even though both of those guys were later beaten by Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins reminds me of Um, Keanu Reeves. Remember Keanu Reeves used to have like a string of. He used to have a good movie like Speed. Then you have a shitty movie like Johnny Mnemonic. Bernard Hopkins was like that. Bernard, he got beat by. He knocked out Oscar De La Hoya, the first one to ever do that. Right? I mean, knocked out. Manny made Oscar De La Hoya quit on his stool. I don't know if that's the same thing, but knocked out. The only man to knock out De La Hoya was Bernard Hopkins, right? Hey, from Miami, Luis S. Counterpunch to you, brother. Welcome. And then he gets beat by what's the time frame? Jermaine Taylor. He gets beat by Jermaine Taylor after hurting Jermaine Taylor. He almost had Jermaine Taylor out of there, right? And he gets beat by him. He gets beaten twice by Jermaine Taylor, okay? That's when Jermaine Taylor was in his prime. And Jermaine Taylor fucks around and gets destroyed twice by Kelly the Ghost, Pavlik. You guys can remember that back then. So then what Bernard does, Mr. Comeback Kid, takes out Kelly Pavlik in dominating fashion. The same way what happened to Roy Jones Jr. Okay? Roy Jones gets, he beats Antonio Tarver the first fight, gets knocked out in the second round in the second fight. What does Bernard do? Bernard gets beat by Chad Dawson. So there he goes again. He gets beat by Chad Dawson. Then he comes back and beats Roy Jones. And beats Tarver. That's what it is. Oh, Wilder's cool. I miss Wilder. I'm just wondering where the fuck he's at. Some people say Africa, but, they don't know. They don't know where Wilder's at right now. You know what I mean? But I will say this in his defense. If Deontay Wilder is if he is in Africa, I don't think he can come back. I think he has to wait. Because I have a good friend of mine. She's in Spain right now. And she's from Brazil. But she left like an idiot and went to Spain. Now she can't leave. Okay? So it is what it is. B-Hop pretty much finished Pavlik. Yeah, he did. B-Hop did Jedi Master. He did. It was like, it is what it is. Luis S., wait till the next content I come out with the Deontay Wilder. You're going to absolutely love it. Jim Brown, he's in Antarctica. Oh, man. No, yeah, it does suck, man. You cannot leave certain places. She's stuck in Spain until, what's the date? I think the 18th. Or I could be wrong. Maybe it's the 24th. You can't. You can't leave. So that's why I didn't leave the country. I was going to go to Brazil or DR, back there or somewhere. I was going to get out because we weren't working. We weren't filming no more. So they shut down production. And it was only supposed to be for 1 week. It turned into 4 weeks. Now 4 weeks is probably turning into 8 weeks. So what sucks is when production comes back up, we're going to have to fucking work. And then I don't have time to play. So all this time I could be playing. It's my playtime, man. When I first discovered Pavlik, I was so excited to see his fights. He was a good boxer, puncher. He had great accumulative power. Yeah, he was Jedi. Kelly Pavlik was a big guy, and if he catches you on the end of his shots, he's going to hurt you. He's not the fastest guy, no, but he's a big guy, and the size that he has. I think Kelly Pavlik could have fought at light heavy, honestly. Truth be told, he could have. But someone slick, quick, with a good boxing IQ like Bernard Hopkins would beat him. Jermaine Taylor's problem is his stamina. It's always been that. Yes, I do remember Joey Spatafora. And guess Jim Brown, you know what? A couple years ago, Spatafora was, it was some shit that was leaked where Spatafora was sparring Floyd Mayweather Jr. and he was giving Mayweather the fucking business. And look, and not saying he was just beating the shit out of Mayweather. I'm not saying that, but it was like, who the fuck is this dude? That's what it was like when you saw that sparring session. You were like, man, Spatafore's sparring Floyd, and he's making Floyd do shit that Floyd don't do normally. You know, and that's what it dawned on me. Seeing guys spar. Sparring is a test, people. Yeah, it's practice. It's practice for the big day. But understand, sparring is a day of its own. Okay? Sparring wars are very important. A lot of people don't look at sparring, oh, it's just practice. Motherfucker, you're getting punched. Okay? Sparring wars is like that unofficial moral victory that people fight, that like politically things that should never happen, like the Joshua Fury type of thing. Joshua sparred Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury said, yeah, the dude gave me a beating. A young ass amateur gave me a beating. Yes, he did. Things like that happens. Joshua gets knocked out by Dubois, right? Right? That's supposed to happen. People act like this shit doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Just like, Fernando Vargas. Before Fernando Vargas was beaten by Felix Trinidad back in 2000 late 2000, he was rumored to got knocked out with an uppercut. Okay? See, a lot of these things happen. These fights, these training sessions, these sparring sessions. This shit is real, and it shows a lot about fighters. And in sparring, you, in your own way, you get somewhat of the fantasy matchups that you probably would never see in your life. You ever wanted to see Julio Cesar Chavez fight Oscar De La Hoya in his prime? It's already happened in sparring. Look up sparring Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. versus Oscar De La Hoya. He fucked De La Hoya up. You know how? De La Hoya did not know. Word of the day, it's one of my favorite fights. Pretty much. It's one of my favorite fights. It's on the list of one of my favorite fights. Very entertaining fight. But Chavez Sr. fucked De La Hoya up. Okay? And this was a young, quick De La Hoya, kind of looking like Ryan Garcia in this bitch. Right? And Chavez gave him the business. He caught him with a left hook and dropped that boy. Dropped that boy. Now imagine. Now this is Chavez probably in 94, 93, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So it is what it is. Sparring means a lot, people. Oh, this is the Daryl Chop Corley taking on Floyd Mayweather Jr. George Foreman sparred Sonny Liston. Yeah, battle rifle. Yeah, they did. But George Foreman looked up to Sonny Liston. That was his idol. A lot of people don't know that. He looked up to Sonny Liston. He's seen a lot of Sonny Liston in himself. You know what I mean? That was his example of growing up. I think that Tyson Fury will probably retire before everything blows up. All the allegations that's happening. Also, Wilder will probably come back harder and smarter. What do you think? You know what, Lewis S? I don't know. See, this is the time for Deontay Wilder to show who he really is. This is paramount to him, and it doesn't help us not hearing from him. Maybe this is a way of dealing with something that's really bothering him. Maybe his absence. Maybe he just said, fuck social media. I'm not going on social media. I'm going to spend this time with my family. Cool, no problem. But maybe if that's his way to cope with it, that's fine. But a lot of people can look at that as vulnerability. But you have to remember something, Luis. As much as this motherfucker was on social media before, and you just stop hearing from him after he gets beat, shows wonders. Will he come back stronger? It depends on him. It depends on what type of career that he wants to have. If he's looking at the best is behind me, he won't. If he doesn't understand on how he got beat, he won't. Okay? that's going to answer your question about Wilder. That's not going to happen. Because if he doesn't figure out how he and you know the irony of this is Deontay Wilder, when Joshua got beat, knocked down 4 fucking times, stopped in 7. Referee stopped that bitch. Remember that? Deontay Wilder had this, and that to say. I don't think he know how he lost. That was the main thing he said about Anthony Joshua. Well, if according to what Deontay Wilder said, he doesn't know how he lost either. He said the guy didn't even hurt me. He said he can't punch. He has pillows for fists. It was the fucking costume. If he believes that honestly, he's in trouble. Now, if he's just using that as an excuse, cool. Because that's just something to throw at the public and people eat that shit up when they hear, oh, bullshit, you know you're lying. Well, okay. He probably knows he's lying too. But if he does believe that, he's in trouble. And he will get his ass mauled again because he'll go out there and do the same shit without implementing nothing new to his game plan. He better listen to George Foreman. He better listen to Buddy McGirt. He better take these guys' advice, okay? Or start listening to Mark Breland because Mark Breland himself said, Deontay don't listen to me. So it is what it is. Andreas Wilder lost also in the 7th round by TKO. Yeah, I mean, both 7-7. Shit, who else is going to get beat in the 7th? That would be crazy. Wilder gets beat. He takes his first loss and is by defeat in the 7th round. Then you have 7-7-7. That would be some shit. You're like, damn, Wilder. I mean, fucking Tyson Fury got beat up in 7 rounds and the shit stopped in 7. I'm certain if Wilder catches AJ's chin, he's in trouble. I'm certain he will too. But it's like, is that fucking with Wilder now? Is Wilder really now, is he doubting himself and shit? He'll never tell people he's doubting himself, but because he caught Fury with those rights. Those rights, according to the first fight, supposed to took Fury ass out, hurt him, wobble him, or something. Fury took that shit, man. Stephen White. Kurt just heard Lennox Lewis has Deontay Wilder doing 10 kilometers runs in Las Vegas desert. Really? Send me a link, please. Kurt DeVille, Kurt DeVille Facebook page. Or Counterpunch Boxing News Facebook page. Never heard that. Because I just did a video on Lennox Lewis because he's been quiet as shit too. He's been quiet like a church house mouse. And I was wondering why, but if he's doing that, now we know. So I stand counterpunched, people. See, here's the thing. When you're counterpunched, look, this is my channel. But anybody can be counterpunched. Me, anybody. Okay? So it's an opinion. Counterpunch is an opinion. Okay? Your word, your opinion, that's your counterpunch. That's your response. Somebody can counterpunch you back. You can actually fucking literally get counterpunched. But this is a verbal counterpunch, to be fair, but but I haven't heard that, Yeah, in the desert. I don't know. But you know what? If you look at it, that would be a pretty good place to be right now. In the desert, away from everybody. You think about it. That's it. A rebuttal can be a counterpunch, just like a punch. Someone punches at you, what can you do? You can punch back with your own counter. It's like someone says something to you, you can say some shit back. It's called conversation. Some conversations get ugly. That's why they turn into arguments. You know what I mean? Rants and all those type of things, right? So it is what it is. Yeah, Jedi Master, that's what it is, brother. I'm just looking at Floyd right now. and this is Pretty Boy Floyd, okay? And question: Floyd Mayweather, if Floyd would have fought the way Floyd fought, if his hands would have stayed intact, would he be hated today? Or here's the thing: would he be hated because he never lost? Would he have taken a loss because of the aggressive way he used to fight, and somebody was going to eventually catch him with something and hurt him? Or would he be more respected? Let's say he did run through people and beat people like he did Gotti. You know how he did Gotti, man? He hit Gotti in rounds. Gotti didn't even land a single punch. You know, Pretty Boy was aggressive. And it's just like, and I'm looking at him fight Corley. He got hurt in this Corley fight, but it just shows you the kid was tough. He wasn't just this guy like he gets hurt. He wasn't an Amir Khan. Let's be fair. He was not an Amir Khan. He was not a type of person that, he gets hit and then all of a sudden his legs are gone and then he's crumbling to the canvas. He wasn't that guy. Word of the day, you're absolutely right. But people that do that, they don't believe in different opinions. They don't give a fuck about your opinion. People like Boxing Ego, he lives in his own world. He lives in his own head. If you say something that he doesn't agree with, it's all about, you agree with me because this is my channel. If you don't, I'm going to block you and get you the fuck out. That's it. A lot of people are like that. Or it's just stupid. Like if you are a boxing channel and you want everybody to agree with you like a bunch of sheep, that's not a real boxing channel. That's more like a fucking cult. And I got another video coming, pretty soon about cult channels that want you to think a certain way. They want you to treat their channel like you're in church or a sanctuary or some shit. You know what I mean? The Boxing Church, starring me, the preacher, and I know everything. And don't say shit. Listen, hit the like button and give me a super chat donation. If you say something I don't like, you're out of here. Fuck you. Floyd Mayweather was in the Matrix compared to everybody. Yeah, he was a very difficult guy. I sat there and watched almost 2 hours of his stream today about his revamp of his channel. Well, Jedi Master, that should tell you all. That should tell you enough about that cat. That dude is into himself. Boxing ego. That's his fucking ego. He doesn't, you talk about your channel that long, man, that's some boring shit. I'm not going to sit there and talk about, oh man, well, I got my graphics back and, I'm really doing well and, the analytics are really good today and I'm just letting you know. Man, shut the fuck up. Let's talk about boxing. That's cool and all. Yeah, that's some shit you tell one of your close friends if you have close friends. That may be the problem, but, I digress on that. You know what I mean? It's about boxing at the end of the day. So, it is what it is. Kamal, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Yeah, he wants you to say what he likes. I mean, he's one of those guys. He's, one thing I did learn about that cat, he was a aspiring actor for a while. So I guess he either gave up on that or whatever, some shit's not for everybody, or some people try, or some people do just enough to fulfill their, you know what I mean? But I didn't know that about him, Andreas Matin, I really have liked Floyd Mayweather as a person, what I have seen through internet, obviously, but one thing that some people say and what makes no effing sense is that Floyd ran, etc. in his fights. No, Andreas, look, what it is people that say Floyd run are the same people that say Laura runs or Laura ran. It's when you can't hit a fighter, okay, your perception of a fighter at that point, especially if you're a guy that's accustomed to people with lesser skills, People with lesser skills get hit more. It might look good to see someone punched in the face. We love the sport of boxing. I love to see it. It's exciting. It's oohs, it's ahs, it's sweat flying. It's, the leather's tearing their skin, punching their face, fucking their hands and head all up. It is what it is. It's brutal. But then there's people that know what boxing is, what boxing really is. The people that respect boxing is the people that you see a swing and you see a miss. And then what I do, I see someone that swing. And a lot of times those misses are blessings. They're blessings, people. Because a lot of times if you're Mike Tyson and you punch with bad intentions, those punches that are missed are blessings because those punches could have altered someone's fucking life. Okay? But that's the art of the sport, to hit without being hit. Bow! Oh, you missed me, right? Oh, you missed me. That's what that's called. So when you see someone miss, you're like, oh, you should have that same energy as a person getting punched. Okay? So guys like Floyd that didn't get hit a lot, why do you think he's not, like I said before, I'm Floyd Mayweather, I'm Prim de la Creme. I'm a cash cow, like I said, I'm sad for, I've had all the belts, I got all the money, because, he doesn't talk like that, does he? No. Why? Because he was able to defend himself, okay? He didn't get hit with shots that made him talk like that, like this, right? That's punch drunk, people. That shit's sad. It's some sad shit. Okay? It's nothing cool about it. Like Deontay Wilder said himself, a human being don't supposed to get punched in the head. Okay? That's a fact. Okay? Great talent, but never fought great fighters at their best. Max, I think really with Pretty Boy Floyd, if you know anything about Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather was a guy that got more, he had more opportunities taken from him than he actually had. Okay, let me explain. Back when he was 130 pounds, he was a WBC lightweight champion. Okay. He beat Diego Chico Corrales, January 20th, 2001. Okay. He beat him. His record at the time was 24-0 with 17 KOs. He dropped Diego Corrales 7 times to his father, Diego's stepfather, threw in the towel. He threw that damn towel in. Why? Because he didn't want to see his son get beat up like that. After that, Joel Casamayor was the next sensation. He just defected from Cuba. He was undefeated. He was racking up a lot of wins. He became the champion in that same weight class. You also had Arcelino Freitas, if you guys remember that, the Brasileño, the Brazilian guy. He was a champion also. So you had 4 champions, and when Floyd took out Diego Corrales, you only had those 2, Arcelino Freitas and Casamayor. Casamayor and Freitas fought, and Freitas beat Casamayor due to point deductions. You know what I'm saying? So Casamayor was a real cocky motherfucking fighter. He was a good fighter, but he was cocky. But he did not want Floyd. He didn't want to fight Floyd. Okay? So Floyd missed that opportunity. Also, when Floyd was also at 130, he was campaigning like, hey, why don't we meet Prince Asim Ahmed at 128? And I'll go down 2 pounds. He comes up 2 pounds because he was the featherweight champ, right? Because at the time, you had Barrera and you had Morales. You had those guys there at 122, though. They weren't at featherweight yet. They moved up later on. Okay? Now, Prince Asim Ahmed did fight Barrera. He never fought Morales because Barrera already beat him. Okay? Now, that was another opportunity that Floyd missed. So you had Casamayor, you had Prince Asim Ahmed, right? And Barrera and Morales wouldn't fight him. They wouldn't come up either. So then you had Barrera and then Morales. And let's look at this, guys. The smaller weight classes was so lit back then. I mean, honestly, you don't have anyone like that down there right now. You don't. Chocolatito was that guy that was supposed to be that guy, but he was just too damn small. Randansai showed us that when he got knocked out by Randansai, the Thai fighter. Okay, so it is what it is. I think that Floyd then wanted to fight Sugar Shane Mosley, because remember, Sugar Shane Mosley was that lightweight champ, was 135. He was the fastest, quickest motherfucker that I ever seen. Okay, and what Sugar Shane did. Sugar Shane was so good that he didn't have time to fuck with Floyd. No. Right? Because Floyd would have took that fight. And understand, Floyd was overshadowed by so many people. Boom, damn, Floyd took a fucking gruesome left hand and still kept coming. Good chin, good for you. But anyway, back to you, Floyd. Floyd was overshadowed by guys like Gotti, De La Hoya, Roy Jones, Trinidad, Fernando Vargas. Who else did you have? Prince Asim Ahmed, Lennox Lewis, David Tua. Who else were in the welterweight? See, the welterweight division was lit too. See, Bernard Hopkins and guys like that. Those guys were on Showtime. He was fighting like Allen and and Antoine Eccles and those kind of guys. Those guys that, they were on that Showtime tier. Mike Tyson was still hot. So then you had Floyd. Floyd was a young fighter. Okay, Floyd came out of that 196 Olympic class. Who was in that class? David Reed, Fernando Vargas, himself, Floyd Mayweather. See, you had those guys that came from 96. Okay, De La Hoya came out of 92. Okay, so it was a lot of guys. Who else was in there? It was a lot more. I can't remember off the top of my head that came out of 96 Olympics. I know David Reed, Fernando Vargas, Floyd Mayweather, which they robbed him, of course. And, Floyd was overshadowed by a lot of guys, because you had those dominant guys in the sport. Roy was just destroying everybody. Roy Jones Jr. got Fighter of the Decade. I think y'all must have forgot. You know what I mean? Manny Pacquiao, of course, got the first 10 years after the millennium, right? So I'm not sure about the in the prime shit. I think Floyd at that point, when he fought De La Hoya, he figured out, well, fuck, I'm never going to fulfill my legacy because so many opportunities were taken from me anyway. To the point where it didn't really matter who I fought at that point. Because I think bitterness consumed him. And then the quest for money also consumed him. Okay, so he started doing things that actually made more business sense than legacy sense. Okay, so yeah, it's a lot of people that he could have fought. He could have fought Lara. He could have fought Amir Khan. And see, here's the thing about Floyd and what people need to understand. Triangle theories don't work because they are one-sided. Okay? They're one-sided perspectives. Give you an example. Floyd Mayweather beats Canelo Alvarez. Outpoints the dude, majority decision, because, the fix was in. You had not CJ Ross. Was it CJ Ross? Yeah, CJ Ross counting having it a draw for Canelo, right? Which who the fuck would have made that type of decision? Well, that's like Floyd beat Canelo. Canelo beats Khan, knocks him out 6 rounds. But does that necessarily mean that Floyd was going to beat Amir Khan? No, it doesn't work like that. See, triangle theories are only one-sided, and they think one way because, well, by default, this guy should beat this guy because he beat that guy, and that guy beat that guy. But that doesn't work all the time, okay? Floyd fought Maidana, and beat Maidana twice. Who else beat Maidana? Amir Khan. You know what I mean? So it's like those type of things. So it's fights that he could have fought, but Floyd was only looking at money. And I think he was looking at money not because he felt, well, I could get beat, but it's like I think getting beat was the second from getting paid. He could have got beat. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this is boxing, but at the end of the day, he's like, you know what? No, that shit don't make sense, so I'm not fighting those guys. You know, and Adrian Broner saved his year for 13, no, 14. He saved his career for 14. Why? Because he got an opponent. He got an opponent he could fight. See, Floyd was out of opponents, people. He was out of opponents until Adrian Broner gets beat by Maidana. Then he fights Maidana, and then Maidana he gets in a fight with Maidana. Then he has to fight Maidana again because people doubted his win convincingly. So he fights him again. When he could have been fighting other motherfuckers at that point. You know what I mean? Not your little brother's bully, right? Defending your little brother's honor. Let your little brother fight for himself. I think Adrian Broner should have fought that fight himself, and rematched Maidana. But that's my opinion. It's my counterpunch on that. I seen him from the Eels World days. I know them all from the boxing channels from day one. I'm not a Floyd fan, but I will never admonish his accomplishment. Well, there you go. Floyd fought opponents at cherry-picked times. Give me some examples, please. Jedi Master, when you first came along, Kurt, I was always dropping your name in the chat because you tell the truth and be honest. Appreciate it, Jedi Master. I mean, I try. Shit. I mean, I won't be here lying to fucking people. You know what I mean? Some things I don't like, people do. Referees do. You know. We're not getting notifications for your live video. I know. It's shitty. I think if you hit the like button, that helps the notifications. Look, YouTube's been tripping. They've been tripping, and people, like, I'll post a video. Motherfuckers don't even know I posted it because they don't get notifications. Maybe their servers are overloaded because of the amount of people are at home just watching YouTube and just have nothing to do, to the point where they're not getting every notification of the channels they're subscribed to, right? Yeah, punch drunk. Yeah, Willpower, that's sad, bro. The man was a great fighter. Can't believe I'm sticking up for him. I truly love to just box people like a matador in the ring. I never ever tried to hurt anyone. Just showed that how it's done. My ring IQ and boxing knowledge I've learned from watching Floyd mostly, to be honest. There you go. Pull counters, the Philly shell and all that shit. Floyd done a lot of that. The pull counter is, those type of things that Floyd, he exercised a lot. And the pull counter is very effective, but it's very fucking dangerous too. And see, what people don't understand about Floyd Mayweather, he got punched with some hellified punches. A lot of people don't. I mean, it wasn't a lot of them, but he got chin checked. You guys remember the second Maidana fight? And you know what it was? Maidana threw a left, right? Where Floyd, he pulled counter, and then what Floyd does when he pulls back, he throws that straight. But what Maidana did, he threw a jab, then a straight right behind it. So when you do that, if you find someone like Floyd and he's doing he's doing the pull counter because he kind of sits and hangs over it and he goes back like that, then he either regroups or whatever and resets. But that's only one punch to punch. If you only throw a one jab, that's perfect for a jab because then you could pull, right? Because then he's not throwing anything else. But if he's following with the right hand, you're in trouble because you didn't anticipate. The pull counter is only for the jab. It's a single jab attack. So if you like somebody that likes to time you with a jab and he's jabbing and he's jabbing and he's jabbing with nothing else behind it, and and then he jabs again, pull, counter, right? Then you can catch someone like that. But if someone's pulling a combination like Maidana did, he could have got knocked out, but he didn't. And then he claims though that he knocked out Floyd's tooth, and he says he wears a tooth around his I don't know if that shit's true. I didn't do a video. you know, I ain't got that bored yet. You know what I mean? To do a video on it yet, but not saying I won't. I just haven't yet. I think most people and boxers are way more crude than I am. Kamal, Frank Bruno suffered from brain punch syndrome. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. And see, it's fighters. Understand something about fighters. Some fighters are affected more by it than others. Okay? Roy Jones, you can tell Roy's fine, but you can tell Roy he suffered a certain percentage of punch drunk syndrome. Because he kind of stumbles over the words because he talks fast anyway. You know what I mean? And you can tell. Someone like what's his name? The shit talking guy from damn it. He's from Detroit. He talks all that shit. James Toney. James Toney suffers bad from it. Got the white chili right here. But he suffers bad from that. And I feel I don't like it. Austin's own James Kirkland. James Kirkland, he suffers from that already. You know what I mean? And this is before the Canelo fight. And he took a beating in the Canelo fight. Woman attacks customer at a supermarket over. That's crazy. Floyd could beat a prime Mike Tyson. Willpower. I'm not even going to go there, bro. I'm not even going to go there. Freitas. Yeah, Freitas was a hard hitter. I think he was in the lower tier. I don't think he could beat any of those guys, though, honestly. Because he wouldn't have beat Casamayor if it wasn't for Casamayor just filing and doing dumb shit. You can't KO what you can't hit. Mike could hit Floyd in the body and hurt him. Dude, that's just too much of a weight difference. It's just foolish. Freitas was a beast. Freitas I think he had a nephew, I believe. He didn't go far, though. Lady Chan Dundem Season. Dundem Season, you're super cute. Well, thank you very much. Inui versus Casamario could light up the lower weight class. They are both great boxers. Stream just cut out. Wow, really? I don't know what happened. Okay, good. Now you're back. Floyd would win by knockout against Wilder. Okay, yeah, look, that's two different weight classes, man. You got a guy 6'7" versus a guy that's 5'8". Impossible. No. I know. Put down the doobie there, there, Will. Your power is with your blunt, sir. Frank Bruno suffered from punch. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The O was Floyd had and ducked fights to protect it. Well, Max, I think he protected that money because he knew if I get in there with someone tough, I might get beat. But if I get in there with somebody I can defeat, I will never get beat. So if I never get beat, I will always get paid. If I always get paid, I always get laid. Just wanted to say between here, I admire your videos and your honesty and direction about all the topics. No better boxing channel out there. Sorry if my English is not that good. Andreas Martin, thank you very much. Floyd wouldn't win against Prime Pac-Man. I don't know because see, here's the thing. Smells like OTR. Let me counterpunch you. If you talk about a prime Manny Pacquiao, what time frame are we talking about? See, whichever time frame you're talking about, you also have to give Floyd that same time frame, justice and time frame. Because chronologically, let me explain. You can't say, oh, well, Pacquiao was better in '09. Okay, well, if are you saying that the Pacquiao in '09 can beat the Pacquiao in 15? Maybe. But then why would you want the Floyd of 15 to fight the Pacquiao in '09? To be fair, you would want the Pacquiao in '09 to fight the Floyd in 2009. Counterpunch. That's only fair. You can't you can't have it one-sided. You know what I mean? That shit cuts both ways. You know? Come on, I hate to see that, man. Just hey, take a look at the channel or whatnot. Check out the videos. If it's something new, check it out. I don't know about the notifications. YouTube's tripping, man. Okay. Floyd beat old Oscar, old Mosley, 22-year-old Canelo, Manny 7 years late, ducked Costa Zoo, ducked Amir Khan, ducked Thurman, etc. Now, Amir Khan and Thurman, you might have a point. By the time Costa Zoo came around, he was already beaten by Vince Phillips. Okay. Floyd beat old Oscar. Well, guess what though? Max, let me ask you a question. Do you give Manny Pacquiao credit for beating Oscar De La Hoya? That's what you ask yourself. Answer that to me right now, please. Floyd ducked Joshua Zoo to fight bum Carlos Valdemir. Ducking started for Floyd at way back in 2004. Thurman was ducked, though. I really wanted to see that fight. Floyd probably would have beaten Keith. Jedi Master, he did duck Keith Thurman. No excuses. And in fact, do you guys understand what Floyd did? Since Floyd was such a string puller at the time, Julian Lewis, counterpunch from Barbados, counterpunch to you. Since he was such a string puller, he is the one that planted the seed of Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. See, Keith Thurman was giving Floyd so much shit. He was giving so much heat. He was riding Floyd so much about fighting him. You better not duck me, son. Floyd, I'm waiting for you, Floyd. You better not duck me, son. That Keith Thurman. He was fucking after Floyd Mayweather. I think at the time he was like 20-0, 21-0 or something like that. And what Floyd did was, Floyd was sparring a kid named Errol Spence. Okay? Errol Spence was a fucking novice at the time. About to be a contender. He wasn't even a contender status yet. He set up, well, no, you need to fight someone like Errol Spence. But Keith Thurman was farther along in his career than Errol Spence by a couple years. Maybe 2 or 3 years. Okay? So he wasn't trying to hear somebody that, oh, I can fight. Motherfucker, I want to fight you. That's what happened. And then Errol Spence just kept winning. Right? Floyd, gave him good graces, gave him some good words of recommendation to the public, to the fans, to the LDBCNs, right? And the rest is history. Boom. Tyson is not bad for someone who took so much punishment in his late career. Word of the day, you all right. As fucked up as Mike Tyson has talked in the days. Hello, everyone. Mike Tyson. That type of Mike was there. You know what I mean? But Mike, he doesn't. He doesn't suffer from that much. You know. So blessings be unto him. You know what I mean? You know, you can't. Everybody can't say that. Winky Wright was 154 when Floyd was 140. Sean Bay Mitchell was very good at fighting around those days. Did you see Mayweather training his son? I did see Mayweather training his son. Shouts out to Jennifer Jackson. She also makes the Counterpunch Boxing News shirts for me. So those is where I get the design. So shouts out to you, Jennifer Jackson. And I did see that. I'll do a video on that later, actually, because I'm glad to see Floyd actually doing something to help other people besides just him making money fighting smaller Asian dudes, you know, non-boxers, and etc. I'm glad he's actually giving back to the boxing world. Okay, absolutely. Can't really blame him because he's a smart businessman. Floyd is the biggest diva in boxing history, even more than Sugar Ray Leonard. Ooh, wow. In a minute, Max. And Max, you didn't answer my question. You didn't answer my question. What is what do you think about Manny Pacquiao beating Oscar De La Hoya? What do you think about that? Alexander Nisik from Germany, counterpunch to you. What's up? Floyd is the real life Apollo Creed. Absolutely. Apollo Creed was a mother sucker. He was a mother sucker, people. Okay. The pack of 2008 through 2012 beats Floyd of 2008 and 2012. That's why Floyd ducked. Well, to be fair, 2008, 2007, Floyd was a welterweight. 2008, he was a welterweight, and he retired in 2008. He came back in 2009. He fought the guy that gave Pacquiao the most problems, which was Juan Manuel Marquez. Okay, and I think that whole Pacquiao-Mayweather saga was kind of over exaggerated, but it happened because Manny Pacquiao was beating fighters that Floyd fought, but he was beating them better. Okay, but understand something. If you think that the Floyd of '08 couldn't beat the Floyd of '08, is first of all, they were in different weight classes. Okay, they were in two totally different weight classes at that time. More so, when Floyd came back, he made Juan Manuel Marquez come up, and that just showed you that Manny Pacquiao wasn't there yet. You know what I mean? Manny didn't come until he fought De La Hoya, but he fought him after Floyd already beat him a year after that. And then he fought, to be fair, man, you got to look at it. He fought De La Hoya at 145 pounds, just like he did Cotto. Now, to be fair, Pacquiao beat Cotto before Floyd did. Floyd fought Cotto in 2012. He beat Cotto, I believe, 2009 or 10, one of them years. So, I love Floyd, but we didn't get to see Floyd versus Pac-Man in '09. Peak and Ready Thurman, Margarito, Paul Williams, Lara. That's about as much as he ducked. Yeah, well, you know, Paul Williams, though. He didn't duck Paul Williams. What happened to Paul Williams, Jedi Master? He got in that fucking accident. He was going to fight Punisher, Paul the Punisher Williams. Because after he beat Antonio Margarito, that fight was in play. And Paul the Punisher Williams decided to get his ass on a motorcycle. Okay? Newsflash, advice, my counterpunch. If you don't know anything about motorcycles, and you're at least in your fucking 30s, don't try it. Okay? Maybe you get on someone that's not an idiot that may show you how to ride, then maybe you might learn. Paul Williams got on a bike and he didn't know what the fuck he was doing, and he wrecked and paralyzed himself. That's why Floyd didn't fight him, to be fair. Okay? So you can't say he ducked Paul Williams because Paul Williams was just this big badass. And in fact, Paul Williams got his ass tore up by Erislandy Lara anyway. So if you really look at the way a fight could have went, look at the Lara William fight. What was Lara? The only difference Lara was a southpaw, but was he slick? Yes. Was he short? Yes. Lara and Mayweather are about the same height. Mayweather's 5'8" and a half. Lara's 5'9". Those are little dudes, man. And Lara had a feels day with that left hand. I'm surprised he didn't get knocked out. And in fact, I think the 10th and 11th round, they were really thinking like, dude, this fight needs to be stopped. Because Paul Williams can't stop that left hand. And each time that Lara throws it, he hits him with it. The only thing that helped Paul Williams, he just threw 100 of punches around. Even though they landed or whatever, he still kept throwing. Bow! 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 That's how the fight was. He was getting hit constantly with that left hand. Lara could not miss him. It was sad. And it was one of the worst scorers in boxing history, behind Holyfield Lewis, one. You know? Floyd is the biggest diva. Okay, got that already. Can't really blame him. All right. Floyd's son should aim for the show for the trainer and promoter instead of boxers. They should have been in the ring from the early days. Yeah, you're right. I think his son now is, what, 17, 18? Floyd knew how to box when he's before he could walk down there. Floyd knows boxing like walking. It's that, it's second nature to him. You see Floyd is like a 4 or 5-year-old. Floyd beating the Japanese dude was a sad happening. Yeah, that was shitty. What's his name? Kayamoto. Forget his last name. But Kayamoto. Yeah, that was sad. He made the little dude cry. That was some bully shit though, on the cool. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, but see, Floyd does shit like that, and that's why people hate Floyd doing shit like that. So a lot of people don't like him, but fair play, because he gives people a lot of reason not to like his ass. Because you fight little dudes, all the guys that you could have fought so many different boxers, not fucking little MMA guys. Come on, man, you don't do that type of shit, You know what I mean? What's your point? You can make millions, motherfucker, by fighting a boxer. Why are you gonna fight him? A little bitty dude. You know what I mean? If this is a boxing match, where the fuck is the weight regulation? How much did this dude weigh anyway, compared to how much Floyd weighed anyway? You know what I mean? No, he couldn't handle those punches. It was like Chocolatito fighting this motherfucker or something. You know how little he is. He's like a little gnat compared to a beetle. You know what I mean? Come on now. Floyd continued to dominate after his knuckles were neutralized. Ring IQ was superior. Hey, that is true. That is true. Manny had a hell of a run, but Floyd didn't duck him. That's Mayweather hater talk. Scans rants, And another thing, a lot of things happen with Floyd too, with Bob Arum. Bob Arum promoted everyone. He promoted Pacquiao, De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather. He at one point promoted everyone, and then when he did that, he had some bad blood with Floyd. And at the time, Floyd used Golden Boy to promote his fights. A lot of people don't know that. Okay, so De La Hoya with Golden Boy Promotions promoted a lot of Floyd Mayweather's fights. Okay, because he didn't want to fuck with Bob Arum. Because even Oscar De La Hoya wanted to sign Manny Pacquiao, and Manny Pacquiao took an advance to sign with Golden Boy, but then he had to give it back because he breached contract. So that pissed Oscar De La Hoya off. So there's a lot of things. Floyd accuses Bob Arum for owing him money for the Gotti fight. So there's a lot of bad blood with that. So there's a lot of reasons that fight didn't happen besides, and then of course, Floyd he accused Manny of cheating, like with PEDs. So that was another fucking factor. And that became a defamation of character lawsuit people. So a lot of stuff happened back then, man. It was a big shit show. It really was. Stay away from bikes. Absolutely, Jedi Master. I stay away from them. I tried a bike in my 30s and quit while I was ahead. Knew people that died or got hurt bad. Scance Rants, it's the best thing you could have done. I hope you're still walking, breathing, everything normally. Was a window for undefeated Williams versus Floyd, but it wasn't a big fight. Williams was a middleweight, huge welterweight. Now, why did Floyd retire 2008 and 9 when the division heated up with Manny, Margarito, Williams, etc.? Max Kukerman, I think Floyd retired for a lot of good. I think he retired because he didn't want to fight De La Hoya again. He fought Ricky Hatton instead, which wasn't a bad thing because Ricky Hatton was undefeated. Ricky Hatton had stopped and beat up a lot of people. He had a following. He was a white guy. You know what I mean? So, and according by Al Heyman's theory, that you take a non-black fighter and a black fighter and you make them fight, you get a better fight. That was textbook Al Heyman business talk and sense, right? So, but yeah, because he had a year to fight Oscar De La Hoya, but he retired. So, yeah, exactly, to get out of the De La Hoya rematch. And De La Hoya was pissed off, because I think De La Hoya wanted that fight again, and one thing De La Hoya was doing, and I don't understand why he didn't do more of, was jab. That's why a lot of people, after Floyd beat, I think it was Manny Pacquiao finally in 15, it was a rumor that Golovkin, remember Golovkin, Triple G, wanted to fight him. And I remember Stephen A. Smith is like, "Oh, Floyd, you better not go up there messing with that guy Triple G. You stay where you are. I love you, champ. You my man. I thought you was going to beat Manny Pacquiao, but you stay away from Triple G, okay?" That's disrespectful, right? That's what he did. And I think that Golovkin would have gave Floyd some problems based on his jab, My stream keeps cutting out, Kurt. 5 times screen went back. Damn. I hate that. Maybe it's your connection messing it up. Maybe it's 5G. Shit, could be. No telling. There are any great boxers who can say they are retiring so they can receive a bigger paycheck for their comeback fight? There is many examples of that. Fury is saying the same right now. I don't know, but that might happen. I think Fury might do that. I could see Fury pulling some shit like that. You think he's gone, then ta-da! I'm back, you Dawsons. I'm back for my linealship. I'm the lineal champion, you big Dawsons. Retiring was apparently a way out for Oscar De La Hoya rematch clause. I have heard that before, but don't know how true it was. Yeah, but Floyd Floyd didn't want that. That was a split decision loss. Look, that fight was like Canelo's fight with Lara. Canelo did not want a fucking Lara fight. Oscar De La Hoya didn't want him to fight Lara again. So, and for the record, you guys do your research. Do your research. The only split decision that Canelo has ever had, okay, besides Golovkin, because that was a draw, and in the Golovkin saga, was Erislandy Lara. If you look at any highlights of Canelo, you will not see a highlight with him and Lara. because there's no fucking highlights to show you that anything that he did impressive in that fight, people. Now you can use Lara's highlights to show what he did to Canelo, right? It was Lara high and Canelo low. That was the story of the fight. Fury is a salesman, always pulling stunts for paychecks. Yeah. A small oil slick on the road is even dangerous to keep me off a bike. Potholes are also a major risk of bikers. Yeah, you're on a shitty road. Yeah, you could hurt yourself. It's just no. It's see, it's anybody's world. Benny Estevez, he's a pretty good referee. You know, I think he's from New York. Hold on, let me write this stuff down. Let me write this stuff down because I miss a lot of this. Because like I promised, guys, I'm doing a video on referees, and I've been saying that shit for a while, but I'm just might as well just bite the bullet and start actually, putting it together. I might do different volumes because it takes a while to break down certain referees according to how they refereed fights. So I'm gonna do that. You know. It's crazy. I keep forgetting that uh, Pernell Whitaker's dead. You know, my opinion is that his hands, and he didn't want to end up like Floyd Senior. That's why Floyd didn't fight Oscar in the rematch. Well, there was, and why another reason I think he didn't fight Oscar again, because there was a possibility of Floyd losing what he's gained. See, when he beat Oscar De La Hoya was the money guy. He was the guy that made all the fucking money. So the money pot changed hands, okay? And De La Hoya, and really, honestly, Floyd should thank Manny Pacquiao for retiring Oscar De La Hoya. Because had he not, Oscar De La Hoya would have still wanted that fucking fight. Think about it. If Oscar De La Hoya wouldn't have fought Manny Pacquiao, he would have fought someone. And if he would have beat that someone, what would he have done at 147 or 154? Demanded that fight with Floyd Mayweather. Called out Floyd Mayweather until Floyd Mayweather would have done something else. Think about it. So he went on and retired because he knew if Oscar De La Hoya fights him again, and and it swings in his favor, Mayweather wouldn't be who he is today. Okay, that was a threat. He didn't want to give that satisfaction of that opportunity for De La Hoya to possibly win, and it was a split fucking decision. Let's see. Let's look at those scorecards. Hold on a second. Let's see where those scorecards went. So I'm going to look them up real quick. De La Hoya versus Floyd Mayweather scorecards.
According to ESPN.com, Mayweather was favored on one scorecard 116 to 112 and 115 to 113 on a second. De La Hoya was ahead 115 to 113 on the third scorecard.
And there you have it, people. 116 to 112. Then 115 to 113. Then 115 to 113 for De La Hoya. Look, those are very close scorecards. The only one, like the 116 to 112. Okay, they had Mayweather. One scorer had Mayweather 8 rounds to 4. The other two were both the same, but for both, for different fighters. So, or for the opposite fighter. So that should tell you, if he would have fought, that's too close to comfort. Okay, let's do this. Scorecards for Floyd Mayweather versus Marcos Maidana.
According to Bad Left Hook, Mayweather won on scores of 114 to 116 to 112 tonight over Marcos Maidana.
See, the De La Hoya fight was even closer than this, because see, this is kind of like the Canelo shit, because Canelo, this was a majority decision. Canelo was a majority decision due to C.J. Ross's scorecard, but according to this one, this is not as close as the De La Hoya fight, because De La Hoya actually won by a judge. You had one judge beating Floyd. De La Hoya beating Floyd Mayweather, right? So, yeah, that's why he didn't want that. He didn't want that shit. It was just too close to call. Canelo versus Lara was terrible. They both deserve a 1 in the loss column. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Canelo, here's the problem, Scance Rants. That wasn't going to happen because Canelo was already beaten. Okay, so Canelo wasn't. They both already had 1 loss. That robbery of fucking Williams was Lara's loss, and Mayweather, that schooling from Mayweather, was Canelo's loss. So if Lara would have been granted that fight like it should have been, that would have gave Canelo 2 losses. 2 losses is hard to really market a fighter like the way De La Hoya wanted to market him. That's why he had close protection on Canelo. Hashtag Canelo on points. That shit's real. I keep telling people that. That's some real shit, people. That's not no fluke. That's not no conspiracy. You cannot beat Canelo on points. I don't give a fuck who you are. Floyd Mayweather barely did it. Okay? He had help with the Mayweather fight, and we know Mayweather's the creme de la creme. The cash cow. Right? The TBE. They tried to cheat the TBE. Think about it. This is real shit. Canelo is protected, people. He's a fucking franchise champion. Right? Those franchise champions, those are political. That motherfucker's like the Pope of boxing. You know what I mean? He's untouchable. He can't even lose that position. If you know someone gives you something, a belt you can't lose, the fix is in, people. Yeah. Yeah. Right? Steve Smoger retired. I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, it sucks because I like Steve Smoger. I hope he's sitting back having a fucking scotch and coke right now. You know what I mean? He looks like somebody you can hang out with and talk some shit with. Canelo has trouble with guys with footwork. Yeah, of course he does. Yeah. Feet stuck in the mud. Counterpunch to you, Max. Brewster versus. I haven't seen that fight. Canelo been staying away from slick guys ever since. Yeah, they knew. Because they knew he had problems with guys like that. Because Canelo, he's not a Mexican style. He's not going to cut the ring off. He's not going to pull an Angulo or Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. He's not going to do that. He's not a Castillo. He's not nothing like that. He wants you to come to him so he can set up his punches when you throw punches in him back. Okay, he wants you to overcommit because he's a counterpuncher. He wants to make it easy for he wants a fighter to make it easier for him. And true boxers, pure boxers, people that know they're not falling for that shit because they've seen it in the gym. They've seen it in the amateurs. They've seen what Canelo does. Simple. Florida governor may allow WWE in his state without spectators. UFC is considering doing events there also, maybe boxing in Florida. Well, I mean, if this continues, look, what are we doing right now? How are you watching me? From a fucking phone or a television? How am I watching this fight? From a fucking phone or a television. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's, look, we can make it. I mean, you just got to watch it from home. You don't need the live crowd. What this really means, boxing does not have to stop. But what it is, people are so accustomed, and I'm talking about promoters and businessmen and networks and things of that nature. They're so used to that extra revenue, okay? They can't fathom the idea of having or losing that revenue, so they might as well just cut out boxing altogether. That's not fair for the fans, and it sure is not fair for the fighters. The fighters can still fight. Take the fucking COVID-19 test. Make sure they're training. Okay. I know, understand that fighters need training sparring partners. Okay, well, isolate them along with the sparring partners. They're close knit. You know, they have to monitor where they go. The coaches have to be on board. Okay, when they do fight, they don't need people there. They need the filming crew. Okay, um, do you really need a commentator? Yeah, I guess you could have a commentator there if you want. Do you need the ring girls? No, you don't need the ring girls. But if you wanted that too, you could have that. But guess what? Okay, you have the coaches, the fighters, the referee, the ring card girls, and the film crew. Those are probably 20 people. If they practice social distancing, they could make that shit work. They do not need a whole house full of people to watch them guys fight. The only people that need to watch them fight are the trainers that's going to be putting that damn stool in the red corner or the blue corner. It can work, people, if they work at it. But I think greed is the problem here. That's what's holding people up. They would rather wait and then do what they're accustomed to doing and making that extra revenue. That's the problem. And Florida's saying, hey, let's try it this way. Like Eddie Hearn mentioned a few weeks ago. Hey, let's do this thing in behind closed doors. You know, you don't have to have an audience of a mauling group of people again. The only people need to see it is the coaches that coach the fighters, like they've been doing for the last 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes 10 for some fighters, right? So it is what it is. So Floyd is better in rematches. Floyd didn't take the fight because Oscar De La Hoya wanted the lion's share, although he lost the first fight. Well, I mean, a lot of people want to do that, especially if they're the A side. Because look at Anthony Joshua. You know, why do you think Dillian White didn't take the fight with Anthony Joshua last year? Because he said, well, okay, if I beat you, will I get the lion's share of the money on the rematch? You know, you can't say that's not showing confidence for Dillian White. He was just covering his own ass because he's also a businessman and he knows how the business works. Okay, a lot of times you can't have it your way, but a lot of people that are on the A side, that's what they require. But understand, if Floyd got beat, Floyd would have had the same implements too. Okay, let's say if he would have got beat to Maidana, he still would have made more than Maidana on the rematch. You know. Jedi Master, you think so? You think he would have beat Oscar in the rematch? Olympic team was great. Mildred Taylor, Biggs are not doing well. Rest in peace, Sweet Pea, Breland, Holyfield. Yeah, that was in what, 88, I think? Yeah, that was 88 Olympics. Yeah. You know, I think Pernell Whitaker was in 88 and 84, I think. Because I think Tyson was in 84, right? We need 84 Olympics? I could be wrong. Canelo is the new Mayweather with the A-side tactics. Absolutely. See, Max, I'm going to tell you something, too. You know who else was implementing that same diva mentality? Miguel Cotto. Yep. Miguel Cotto was Miguel Cotto was the guy that he was doing some Floyd shit. He fought Floyd, and all of a sudden he was just like Diva, Mr. Pink wearing ass dude. And I like Cotto. Cotto just looks like a cool cat, you know. And people like, hey, you know, and and it's like I think Cotto, I don't know, man. Cotto might be gay, but if Cotto's gay, it would be okay. Why? Because Cotto would make that shit cool. Because Cotto would be the same way. Like, Cotto, why do you like? Because remember, they're like, why do you like pink? Because I like wearing pink. Don't it look good on me? Him sleeping with his fat best friend and shit. De La Hoya and Mosley that fought each other in their first fight would have gave Mayweather problems in their prime. Yep. But the problem is, here's the problem, Scance Rants. Mosley didn't want to fight Floyd then. You see what I mean? Mosley said his fucking something about his ankle or some shit, or foot. No, his foot or some shit like that. So he had 2 episodes with his foot. He said he didn't want to fight him because something was with his foot. And they offered him $8 million. And he turned it down against Floyd. This was a way back in the day, people. This wasn't fucking 2010. Because remember, 2010, he fought Floyd. Early 2009, he beat the shit out of Margarito. He didn't fight for damn near 2 years, then a year and a half, then he fights Floyd. Then right after that, in 2011, he fought Manny Pacquiao and got beat. Then he started bitching about his foot. Like, my foot. Had that big ass blister and shit. And he said he couldn't move. And they were, you know, and he stopped fighting and people would start booing. And Manny was like, come on, man, hit me, fight me, fight. Right? Boom, boom. Right? But yeah, but yeah, you know, Floyd, but De La Hoya, you know, you had to earn that De La Hoya fight. Who deserves more credit beating Klitschko, Fury or AJ? AJ. Why? Because AJ defended those titles after he took that, because he was already unified, but he fought for the WBA, right? Okay, so it was the IBF first, then the WBA second, then he defended that belt, okay, and he got the WBO. So by default, it's Joshua. So after that, he fought Takam, which was supposed to have been Pulev. Pulev pulled out injury. So then it was Takam, Parker, which was a unification. Povetkin was a mandatory. Then the voluntary, he loses it to Andy Ruiz when he was supposed to fight Jarrell Miller. So he had defended it 3 times by the time he got defeated. Then he got it back from Andy Ruiz, making him a 2-time unified champion. So it has to be by default Joshua, because Joshua defended those titles after he got the championship. So both of them did the same thing, Alexander, but you got to ask yourself, what did they do when they got it? Klitschko got popped, fell off the rocker mentally, right? Didn't defend anything. So how much credit can you really give a guy that won something that didn't defend what he's gained? He didn't use it, in other words. That's like buying something. Yeah, I bought this PlayStation 4, but I had to take it back to the store before I could fucking use it. You know what I mean? You didn't use the fucking thing. So it is what it is. I think Fury because he beat a reigning champ on the 11-year round. Well, you know, that's the opinion. I mean, but what did he do? You know, it was an accomplishment. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they both beat him. And then another thing, here's another thing you got to add up. How did he beat him? And we were talking about Floyd and Manny, right? Why did people like Manny over Floyd? Because of the way he beat the fighters that Floyd beat. Floyd decision De La Hoya, right? I need some juice, people, right? He decisioned De La Hoya. Very close fight. Manny Pacquiao retired De La Hoya, made him stop in the 8th round. Okay? He quit on the stool. This motherfucker pulled a Roberto Duran. He just didn't say no mas. He just said no more. No more. No, no more. No more. Fucking face hole. No more. You're my idol. You're my idol. Right? That was that. So, it depends on how you look at it. Honestly, I think female judges favor Canelo because he looks like a boss in the ring. C.J. Ross and Adelaide Berg. Oh, I don't know. No idea. He did. Steve Smoker did let people fight to the finish. Jedi Master, he did jump straight into the ring with Lara after Mayweather. A questionable decision. Well, no, he didn't jump right in there, though. He did fight a tune-up fight he fought El Perro, Alfredo Angulo, right? And then what we learned that day is that Canelo, he couldn't keep up with his weight. He was getting too big. He was getting too big for his britches. See, he had to pay Angulo an additional $200,000 because he knew he could not make the weight. Instead of trying to make the weight, he said, "Fuck it, for that pound over, I'm going to pay you $250,000." They renegotiated the contract for Angulo, and that is what we call that. Right? It is what it is. Lara beat Canelo 8-4. Skrilla 5, yeah. Canelo couldn't hit Lara cleanly until he started going to the body. He couldn't hit him cleanly anyway. You know what I mean? He couldn't hit him cleanly anyway. Robot ring girls are first. Well, I don't think I want to see that unless they're like silicone. How much would fights without spectators affect fight purses? Ooh, I don't know. It's a good question, Scance Rents. I don't know, man. I think, yeah, that's right. You got to have the commentators there, I guess. I mean, of the network it's on, you know. But of course, they could look. You know how you go to the grocery stores now with the Kroger's the other day, and they got the plastic things there. Right? Now you can still see from the plastic things. They put one on each side of the ring, right? In 3 different places where the judges will be. And then put some for the commentators. So commentator will be on this on a side together, or they can space them out if they feel fit. So if the commentators don't feel that, hey, we should be in there, so it should be a commentator on this side, one on each side, and then one in the middle. So then they'll still be commentating. They'll still hear each other because they got the fucking headphones on, right? So it could work. It could work. They could still have, Jimmy Buffer or whatever. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get this party started. Right? So it is what it is. How would fights without? Okay, it's madness. White still not had a shot for the WBC. Gentleman's Game, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. I'm not sure who made the term A-side more popular, Mayweather or Cotto. Mayweather. But they both did, they both did their share. Because I remember Cotto in the Martinez fight. It's sad, man. I liked Maravilla. Maravilla was a good fighter. And I think most importantly, he was a fighter with integrity. And he was a gentleman. You know what I mean? He wasn't a diva. He might have been gay for all we knew. But he was not a fucking diva. He wasn't a gay diva. You know what I mean? But it's just weird. And that's another thing. He had fucked up knees. He was not in his prime. He was not the guy that was the A-side. Cotto, his trainer was Freddie Roach at the time, and Freddie Roach stopped Maravilla, Sergio, stopped him from wearing this like robotic like thing on his leg, and then Freddie Roach was like, if you can take it away, take it away. That's a tactic, so he didn't have that support. So So I think he went down those many times. Look, he couldn't. Cotto didn't miss with that left hook. I got the poster upstairs, and I was just flabbergasted, like what the fuck is happening right now? And I think I bet someone. I think I not bet him, but I thought that, you know, Martinez was just gonna pick Cotto apart. But boy, was I wrong. Cotto gave that man an ass beat. But that's how he got the WBC, right there. Yep. It's cool, but he can't make being gay cool. Hendrick Brown, they could have the fight two fighters and a ref or whoever with animation around them. Street Fighter Mortal. Oh shit. Nah, I don't want to see that. He might have stopped him in a second fight. Pacquiao did. I think Floyd's quickness in mind, body, and soul with his ring IQ meant he could control the action mentally. He was an ace. I don't care if he kisses goats. The man can fight. Yeah, he can. He probably has kissed a goat. Oh, Leonard was pulling off A-side stuff in the 80s. Yeah, I bet. I am the fat friend of Cotto, unsubbed. I'm sorry. No, Fury deserved more credit. He beats Klitschko first. You think Floyd versus Khan could happen? Floyd brings American views in Khan's England and Middle East. It's a money spinner. Jim Boyley, you know, that's a good point. I think that Floyd versus Khan could be one of those, another Floyd and Ricky Hatton, honestly. You know, I think that would be, you know, and again, you have to question why Floyd never wanted Khan, because remember, Floyd put up a poll, and he put the poll up and he said, "Hey, who you want me to fight, Marcos Maidana or Amir Khan?" Right? And it was one of those things where everybody picked Amir Khan, he still picked Maidana. And the question you ask yourself is, why? Why did it happen? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Kurt, why don't any of those other channels drop in the chat? I know they watching, but no comment. Even pro boxers and people boxing in other communities online, I think people are more supportive. I don't know. I mean, you know, doesn't bother me much. You know, I appreciate the people that come to the live chat. I can't talk about who doesn't come. I can only talk about who can. You know, my opinion is Fury. He beat young Vlad. Okay. Fury beat Klitschko, facts, but ran away from the rematch clause. Hey, there you go. Like Floyd, like Fury. Oh. I want that spinach drink Keith Thurman had. Hey, speaking of spinach drink, Jedi Master, let me show you something. Check this out. This shit's boss. I'm really into Nutri drinks, like NutriBullet drinks. And this here is blueberries, spinach, bananas. I forgot the avocado. Normally I have avocado in here, but my avocado's too ripe right now. It's not ready. Mango, blueberries. Did I say blueberries? And that palm. Oh, and apple crisp apples. This is what this is. Good shit. I drank this in the morning. So I eat like some oatmeal, and then 2 hours later, I take this to the face, right? And after I take it to the face, I wash it out, and I make another helping, and it's nice and cold. And I don't want it real thick, but I don't want it real watery. I want it kind of like a little porridge, like if you see it moving around in there. So it's good stuff. It's real good for you. It's good things to have. NutriBullet. Yeah. When will you do interviews with fighters? I'm coming soon as we get out of this shit show. Word of the day, you know. Fury made Klitschko look old, shot, and couldn't throw a punch. AJ almost got knocked the fuck out. Yeah, well, that shows you a lot about styles versus fights, fella. you know, Fury is a guy that likes to bullshit you and sharpshoot you. It's a totally different style. Whereas Klitschko's style with AJ, was a better style for him, better style matchup. You know what, Jim Brown? If Deontay Wilder, if Deontay Wilder will have an interview with me, because I'm not the guy that, see, certain interviewers that ask questions. Let me give you an example. Blue Blood Sports TV interviewed Anthony Joshua one time when he came for the Zone launch. He was in New York. Blue Blood was there. Of course, a lot of other interviewers were there. And Blue Blood asked him something about the $50 million because this was after that. So this was in 18, right? A couple years ago now. Wow, it's crazy how time flies. But AJ, he asked AJ something and AJ walked off. And Blue Blood was like, he walked off. You see, he didn't even answer my question. You know, I don't want that type of interviewing. I don't like that style. I like being right in front of a person without a bunch of fucking people. I want some Bryant Gumbo like shit. I want to sit down man to man and talk to somebody, maybe with some water or whatever, nice table. He's mic'd up, good audio, good sound. And it's just me and him talking. And I'm asking him questions. And he's counterpunching these answers back to me. And these questions, and the problem with certain fighters is they don't like to answer certain questions. So, like, you can't be political with someone's opinion. I'm not going to fucking ask you certain questions. It's stupid. No, I'm going to ask you the questions that need to be answered according to the people that follow my channel. Because the same question I ask you guys is damn sure going to be the same question I ask him. Because that's the guy I'm talking about. I'm not going to be a two-faced motherfucker where I won't ask him the questions I'm asking you guys. If I'm supposed to be counterpunching this dude and I can't counterpunch him in his face, that's chicken shit. And I'm not a chicken shit person. So if this guy wants to be interviewed, he's gonna have to be comfortable with answering questions. Now he could always say it's too personal, but I'm not gonna ask you fucking personal questions. I'm gonna ask you questions that dealt with your career as a boxer. You know what I mean? If I can ask you, man, hey man, I hope your family's doing well. Okay, that's personal. But that's just a comment. I'm not gonna ask you nothing personal about your family. You know what I mean? Unless it's just, like too personal. Like, I won't do any shit like, hey man, did Jarrell Miller fuck your girl? I ain't gonna do that. But what I will ask is, hey, there are rumors that Jarrell Miller and yourself, are there groupies that follow the boxing world? Is that true? I will ask him that, and then see what he tells me. And then I can kind of read and decipher or discern, okay, is this cool or not? Depends on how he asks. You can tell me none of my fucking business, okay? Whatever. It's just what you've already told the public, though. Why did you stop? It would be some questions I would ask Deontay Wilder that I think if he's real, he would answer back. Bottom line. What is your favorite boxing counterpunch? I think the left hook. The left hook would have to be. Now, if it's martial arts, someone that's throwing a roundhouse spin hook kick all day. Love that. Johnny Burba, who wins Pac-Man Mayweather rematch? I don't know. I think Pac-Man now. But Floyd looks the same, so you don't know. It's almost like a fucking jaguar taking on a mongoose. Khan is a joke. Okay. Floyd would kill him. Okay. As a Brit, we all wanted Khan versus Mayweather. He just didn't deserve it, though. Wow. Neither did Guerrero. Great counterpunch master. Jedi master. Jim Boyle. Wilder versus Dubois. White versus Ruiz. Joyce versus Ortiz. Joshua versus Fury needs to happen this year. Jim Boyle, if that shit happened this year, this would be the best heavyweight year that we've had so far, including with the coronavirus. Canelo versus Floyd rematch. Who wins? I don't know because see, Canelo. We've already agreed. Canelo still has problems with people that knows how to move. And then at this point, I think Floyd Mayweather would fight Canelo like Lara fought him, because I don't think he would gamble on the insides because I don't think that he has the reflexes that he used to. So fighting someone like Canelo now, when Canelo now starts with the hook, ends with the hook, with his combinations, it would be. And here's another question: at what fucking weight class would they fight in? You expect Canelo to go to 154 again? Motherfucker ain't been 154 since shit 2014, 13. He ain't been 154 since 2013. It's 2020. He ain't been a fucking he ain't been a light middleweight in 7 years. What weight class are they gonna fight at? I don't know. And if he did go down there, his ass is grass. He would be no different from De La Hoya getting destroyed by Pacquiao at 145. Real talk. Yeah, full of good stuff. There they are. Good antioxidants. Canelo walks through Floyd. It'd be a shame if he didn't. But again, at what weight class? One thing I think people don't know about boxing is that when you're in the ring, your posture and facial expression can make your opponent do things. Floyd was a master in the area of boxing. That smile. And Floyd really didn't showboat a lot, though. He did it sometimes, but he didn't do it at the expense of getting hit. That's what I respect about him. The ways are you saying it in a way you want to see it. I was thinking the same. Walks through Crawford. Again, we're talking about somebody that's 154 pounds, man. Exactly. Floyd is not active. Blue Blood is Wilder's fanboy, Kurt. Do some interviews. Your subs and channel will blow up. I will. Thank you for the counterpunch, though, man. Thank you for the advice. I like the classy fight video you've been doing lately. Classic fight videos. Appreciate it, man. Prime Mayweather beats them all. Floyd is never fighting again. Yeah, I don't think he's fighting. I don't think he's fighting a boxer again. I don't think he will. I think he's gonna play with that shit. I hope he just starts being a trainer. Then people can see him as a trainer. That may not be too. I don't think Floyd will like that too much, honestly. He may max. He may stop Triple G. And Triple G's a fucking idiot. And I'm going to tell you why he's an idiot. He made enough money in the first fight to get it a draw. He should have knew. The fix is in. He should have known by now. You know what I mean? That you are not the favored fighter. You are not the A-side fighter. You did a good job. You beat the guy that you didn't supposed to beat. And we just showed you won by giving you a fucking draw. Okay? That's all that happened. They gave this man a draw. That's a win. Okay? That's what that means. But he wasn't smart enough to understand that. He should have went to fight Billy Joe, took that belt, let that be that. No, he wanted another Canelo fight. I want my belt. Okay, you got your fucking belt. Then you fought Canelo and then found out that shit was a draw. No, that wasn't enough. He had to get a loss too, fucking with Canelo again. Canelo had to cheat your ass, right? And then I think that was set up. I think that was set up for him to prolong that fight for Golovkin. That's just my opinion. I think they wanted to wait. Okay, cool. He's still a little bit too aggressive for us right now, even though he's 36. Was he 36? 37? No, he's 38. Yep. Even though he's 36, he's still a little bit. Let's wait a whole nother year. Let's fight him when he's 37. Boom, we got him. Now he's 38. Let's fight him again. People want to see that fight. If I'm Golovkin, I would have enough sense like, dude, I already beat this dude twice in my eyes. They're not going to rob me again. I mean, you think, if I can't knock this guy out, Golovkin can't knock out Canelo. Canelo's thick-necked, fucking steel-jawed ass. You ain't knocking that motherfucker out. He's tough as it comes. Okay? You ain't knocking out Canelo. It ain't going to happen. By default, he's going to win by a decision. You're not going to win. It's political at this point. His contract is too big, people. You think they're going to, a person with that type of contract, a fix ain't in? No. I'm sorry. No. Golovkin's an idiot. Golovkin's too fucking old. He got hurt by Deverenchenko. He got visibly hurt by Deverenchenko. To the point like, oh, pain. That motherfucker's hurt. You think Canelo can't body punch? He's going to fuck Golovkin up. But that's Golovkin. And I think the money changed his whole desires and his perception and his goals for being a middleweight and the 22 title defenses and the unified champion at one weight class. That's why he didn't want to move up and all that old shit. Right? It changed. The day he fought Canelo Alvarez, it fucked him up. He seen all those zeros on that check and he was just like, good boy. I want Canelo again. That motherfucker. Okay? Exactly, Skrilla 50. Nobody's going to knock that mother. He ain't been knocked down. Exactly. 5 years ago, that KO streak was on a different guy. It was Jedi Master. But they knew they did not want to fight Golovkin 5 years ago. Do you remember 16? That fight should have happened in 2016. The shit just didn't happen until 17. And they didn't have another fight until the year later in 18. Come on, man. You got to make this shit make sense. And yeah, he's a different animal. But guess what? Golovkin's an older person. Okay, Golovkin's time was fucking running out, people. And I saw that. I'm like, wait a minute. Shit, Golovkin's 35 years old. He better fight Canelo now. But Oscar De La Hoya knew that. He knew that there was time on his side. So the longer they had that fight to ride out, the better it was. Yep. And they fought at 155. Cotto didn't mind because he was smaller than Canelo. And then when he came in there with Canelo looked like he was fucking Hulk, didn't he? He made Cotto look like he was a fucking 140 pounder or something. Right? Yeah, he's got old overnight. He's just fucking, he's wearing shiny shit on his face. Probably throwing Clinique on his shit. He's all fucking shiny and shit. I'm like, why this dude so fucking shiny, man? What's wrong with him? Motherfucker been going to Dillard's and Macy's and picking up his shit. A little mini juggernaut. Hell yeah, that motherfucker like neck and shit all, built like Wolverine and shit. You ain't knocking that dude out, No. Then he's getting bigger and he's a short, stocky little motherfucker. That's why he looked so funny. If you look at Canelo, he looked like he was sickly when he was trying to make 154. Shit all fucking bones and shit. I'm like, damn, dude, what's up? Elvis Rodriguez. No, I haven't. But then now he's bigger, thicker. He don't have them same little funny, bad build ass looks no more. Because he's filled in like he's supposed to. All right? Yeah, his prime was over. Yeah, it was over a few years ago. His peak was a fucking probably 13, 14, 15. And then from 16, 17, 18, he started going downhill. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. I'm with you. But, guys, it was fun. Thank you guys for coming on to the chat. Word of the day. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend. But anyway, you guys, everybody on the chat, Johnny Berber, Jedi Master, Scants Rants, Max, Kuckerman, Skrilla 50. Word of the day. Serve 321. You guys have all been counterpunched. Of course, Muhammad Ali and Jim Brown included. I will see you guys on the next chat. You guys been counterpunched. Have a good night or good morning. Peace.